Everyone is coming in. Hey, welcome everyone.
Bienvenidos todos.
Stop sharing. Okay, everyone, we're going to get started. I am kind of juggling a few things. Running the meeting and speaking is always a little bit tricky. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for attending LatinoBuilt's third quarter membership meeting. I'm Leanna Petrone, the Executive Director, and I'm pleased to introduce our newest employee, Dulce Arreola, Member Services and Translating today.
Bienvenidos todos. Esta es la tercera junta del año de LatinoBuilt. Tengo el honor de presentar a mí, Dulce. Soy la nueva miembro de este equipo y voy a ser también la que ayuda a traducir.
Today's meeting is being recorded. For questions during our presentation, please use the chat or hold them until the open question period, as well as please keep yourself muted unless it's a question period.
La junta de hoy va a ser grabada, así que por favor si tiene preguntas hay que esperar hasta el fin de la junta, o si no también podemos usar el chat. También no, I'm sorry, perdón, eso es todo.
Okay, today we are going to go into, and we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to give everybody an opportunity who is on the call to be able to speak and introduce themselves. And please choose your preferred language. I am going to share the questions for you really quickly.
Hoy vamos a hacer algo diferente. Le vamos a dar la oportunidad a todos a que se introduzcan y digan de qué negocios son. Vamos a demostrar ahorita los nombres.
Great. So we are going to go around and do individual introductions. I will be calling each attendee in alphabetical order off of my list. If you do not have your name listed under, I think most people do, under the participants, if you know how, please change it to at least your first name. When you are called on, please state your name, your business name, your specialty, and if you are a LatinoBuilt member or a guest, and of course, your preferred language.
Voy a estar llamando a la gente por nombre de abecedario. Si su nombre no sale en la lista de participantes, por favor, enlisten por lo menos su primer nombre y el nombre de su negocio y la especialidad que tienen en LatinoBuilt. Y también el lenguaje de preferencia que tienen.
Great. First on my list, I have John Cardenas.
Primero en la lista es John Cardenas.
Hi, I won't say my name again. It's it seems like ultra redundant, but I'm really, really happy to be here to talk with you guys all today. I know so many of the faces that I see here, and I'm excited to see some of the ones I don't. I work for Prosper Portland, and I'm in charge of our equity and contracting on all of our real estate development projects at Prosper.
Great. Next, I have Ozzy Gonzalez.
Segundo, Ozzy Gonzalez.
Hi, that's me. I won't say my name again either. I am here today representing Howard S. Wright. I have my own consulting business, P3 Consulting, but I am here today to help share some bidding opportunities for Howard S. Wright. And that's going to happen in just a little bit or now.
In a little bit.
Thank you. Okay. Well, everyone.
And Tiffany Penson.
Tiffany Penson.
Hi, everyone. It's good to see everybody. My name is Tiffany Penson. I'm the Supplier Diversity Officer from the City of Portland, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm also on the LatinoBuilt Advisory Board. So that's really exciting. Thank you guys for having me.
I have Dennis.
Yeah. Hi, Dennis All. I'm with Kiewit. I guess I would be a guest. I kind of crashed the party, so I apologize for that. I hope it's all right. I am.
Kiewit is a member of ours.
Oh shoot, yeah. And I'm Kiewit's Pacific Northwest Diversity Manager. I was hoping to be able to tell you about opportunities at ODOT Rose Quarter, but we did not get selected. I heard the other day, but we're still working. We have some other work in the Portland area. And I'm hoping to have more opportunities for your members and other members of the minority community. So thanks for letting me tag along today. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. And Alejandro.
Hello, everybody. This is Alejandro Guerra with My Oregon Painting. We are a member of LatinoBuilt, and then we do painting and remodeling, residential and commercial. Thank you.
Thanks. And we have Andrew.
Hi, everybody. Andrew Larson. I work with Acme Construction Supply. We are a construction distribution company here locally. We have 14 stores through Southern California, Reno, all over. So I manage our sales, leadership, and development program here. We have 8 members in that program right now, and we are focusing on safety and outreach right now with LatinoBuilt.
Great. And we have Angel Swanson.
Hi, everybody. Angel Swanson, Energy Trust of Oregon, and we're partners, or we're members, what are we, partners, I think. And then I'm also proud to say that I'm on the LatinoBuilt Advisory Board, big fan. And I was ready to say all that in Spanish too, but it doesn't sound like you want us to, so no, we're doing Spanish.
Your preferred language, or both if you.
That's okay. Gracias. I'm very happy to be here. I'll leave it.
Let's see here. Bernice. She might not have a microphone. Oh, I hear her. She's in the other room. So Bernice Lopez, she is the owner of Help Group. She is a member and, of course, one of our founding members, board member, treasurer. Thank you, Bernice. And Bobby Daniels.
Bobby Daniels here. I am a project manager at Winnaha Group and a guest today at LatinoBuilt.
Great, thank you, Bobby. Let's see here. We have Brad Sullivan.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Brad Sullivan, and I'm with Hamilton Construction Company and the Hamilton Sunt joint venture, who is a successful proposer on the Rose Quarter project. Hamilton is a member, Sunt's a member. Both of us will be members once contractors are awarded of LatinoBuilt, and happy to be here.
Great, thanks, Brad. And Brenda.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda Castillo, and I am with company JC Pro Builders Construction. We are new members for LatinoBuilt, and our specialty is siding, painting. We're general contractors, but most of what we do is just that, siding, painting, drywall, and decks, stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Carrie.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Waters, and I serve as the Portland Bureau of Transportation's Contract Equity Coordinator. So I work within the realm of construction as well as design and other goods and services, and we manage all of the roadways in Portland. So thank you for letting me be here.
Thank you. And Jeanette Santiago?
Hello, everyone. Jeanette Santiago, I'm a guest today. I've been meaning to come and join you guys for a while. I work with Washington PTAC. I'm a procurement specialist. So I'm a small business provider. It's not my company. I do this, it's a free service for small businesses. On my counterparts in the Oregon side is GCAP. But I actually live in Oregon and then work in Washington. So just happy to be here.
Welcome. Glad you're here. And Jenny Rodriguez. Oh, Jenny, you're on mute.
Whoops, sorry about that. Hi, Jenny Rodriguez with Twirl Advertising and Design. We are LatinoBuilt board members as well as the marketing chair. Who's over here? Tiffany and where's Angel? I have not posted those announcements about you guys being advisory chair people, but it will be up soon. So we are brand builders, and we help our small businesses succeed by providing brand building services like marketing, web development, social media, et cetera, et cetera.
Thank you. And Jenny, did you say, oh yes, she's on our board.
Yes, I'm on the board.
And then we'll move on to John Jackley. John, for some reason, your voice is not coming through. We can't hear you. Now I should be able to hear you. Yes.
That's better?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start it over again. My name is John Jackley with Advanced Technology Communications. We're a LatinoBuilt member. We work primarily in construction, doing drone aircraft services, diversity policy and programs, and digital communications. Our headquarters is here in Portland. We have offices in Panama City, Panama, and Accra, Ghana. Inglés y español igualmente.
Thank you. Jose Soto.
I don't think he knows he's muted.
You're muted, Jose.
Notice that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Okay, Jose Soto with Energy Trust of Oregon, supporting small businesses. And my preferred language would be Spanish or Spanglish, whatever you want to. So English and Spanish.
Great, thank you. And Catherine Wiley.
Hello, I'm Catherine Wiley. I'm with the Tigard Chamber of Commerce over here in Tigard. I'm the membership director, and our specialty is really we're a membership community that bridges the gap between community and business. So I'm happy to say that we are members of LatinoBuilt, and I'm so happy to be here. Thanks.
Great. And we have Kathleen.
Hi, sorry about that. I am Kathleen Brenes Morua with the City of Portland, Procurement Manager, and I am happy to be here as well and see everyone.
Great, thank you. And we have Ken.
Hi everyone, Ken Kinoshita of Bella Projects. I provide architectural design and also construction management services. I am Japanese Mexican, so I can speak either Japanese, Spanish, or English.
Great. And we just had a John Michael jump on. John, way to put you on the spot. Do you want to tell us your name, your company, and your specialty, and if you're a member?
Hi, I'm John Michael. I'm here with Ceci Heron as well. Bienvenidos todos. Good to see everybody. I'm currently a business instructor in entrepreneurship at Portland Community College, helping first-gen low-income students with economic empowerment and education. Good to see everybody.
Thank you. And Lester?
Hi, thank you. Hi, Lena. Hi, everyone. Lester Spittler with the City of Portland. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer. Thank you.
And Noah Baker.
Hey everyone, my name is Noah Baker. I'm with Elliott Powell Insurance Agency. I'm a member and specialize in bonding and insuring contractors. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. And Rosa.
Hi everybody, Rosa Martinez, also a LatinoBuilt founder and member, and I'm also a contractor specializing in asbestos removal and selective demolition. And I'm happy to be here and happy to see a lot of very familiar faces.
Thank you. And Sandra.
Good afternoon, I'm Sandra Jameson with James W. Fowler Company. We are a heavy civil contractor with an office in Portland. Our headquarters is in Dallas, Oregon, which is west of Salem. And we are a new LatinoBuilt member.
Great, thank you. Glad to see you. And then I just saw David jump on. If you want to give yourself a little introduction.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. David Molina, president owner at Molina's Construction Company. We're a small GC based in downtown Portland. We also do civil work, a couple dump trucks, an excavator. And we mostly do work with the federal government, but we have ventured and done now 2 commercial jobs. We're on 1 right now. So happy to be here. And I'm also the vice president of the board and serve as chair of the membership committee.
Great, thanks David. And then I had somebody hop on with just a J. Would you unmute yourself and give your introduction?
Sorry, I don't know. I need to change the name. This is Javier from the city of Beaverton. Finally was able to join, so thanks.
Thank you, Javier. I think I got everybody. Is there anybody I missed? If there is, please unmute yourself.
¿Hay alguien más que no se pudo presentar?
Okay, great. Moving on here, I wanted to give a little bit of an update about what's been going on with, we are living right now in these turbulent, uncharted waters during a pandemic. And the fact is, Latinos are struggling.
Quería tomar este tiempo para dar un poco de información en estos tiempos turbulentos que estamos viviendo, y la verdad es que los latinos están sufriendo mucho.
Latinos are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized and die from COVID-19 than whites are.
Los latinos tenemos 4 veces más posibilidades de estar hospitalizados o morirnos de COVID que los anglojos.
26% of people who have died of COVID-19 in this country were Latino.
26% de las personas que han muerto de COVID en este país han sido latinos.
Why? We are disproportionately represented in the essential workforce.
¿Por qué? Porque no estamos representados igualmente en el trabajo.
We lack or have lower coverage for health insurance.
No tenemos el cubierto de, el cubierto de nuestra aseguranza es menos.
Federal government support of anti-immigration and anti-Hispanics actions.
El soporte del federal gobierno sobre, sobre contra inmigraciones y contra hispanos.
So LatinoBuilt has done a few things. Number one, we have prioritized COVID-19 safety and resource information that is culturally specific and in Spanish.
So LatinoBuilt ha hecho unas cosas para ayudar con eso. La primera es que ha hecho el COVID, la seguridad del COVID prioridad y ha dado información y recursos sobre eso en español para las personas que lo necesitan.
We have been advocating for our community, for each one of you, in every single platform we possibly can.
Hemos dado información y aparte también he sido advocates para la comunidad en este recurso para los hispanos, que en cualquier modo que hemos podido.
We have and we will continue to apply for funding for better support for our community.
Lo hemos hecho y seguiremos dando aplicaciones para poder agarrar recursos para soportar, ayudar a la comunidad hispana.
And on that note, it is my pleasure to welcome John Cardenas, Senior Construction Business and Workforce Equity Project Manager for Prosper Portland.
Y con esta nota me da el honor de representar a John Cardenas, el Senior Construction del Negocio Workforce Equality Project Manager from Prosper Portland.
Is that not the worst title to any job ever?
Super long.
I struggle saying it myself. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Can everybody, first of all, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
You can all see me? Okay, good. Good. I want to take this time, first of all, to say thank you to everybody that I don't know on this call. I'm looking around and I see all these faces, and I know quite a lot of you. And I'm really happy to see the faces that I don't know as well, because that just means that you're new to this organization. You're going to hear a lot of stuff today about what this organization can do and all the benefits that LatinoBuilt provides. But let me introduce myself a little bit more fully. My name is John Cardenas. And I hope that if there's anybody that is not understanding because their primary language is in Spanish, if you could let me know. Mi español es tan horrible que no lo quiero hablar totalmente en español. Tengo que practicar con mis amigos, tengo que practicar con mi familia, pero aquí en estos tiempos con COVID no se puede tan fácil. So I'm going to do this presentation in English if it's okay with you guys. But if I see you guys out on the street, let's speak Spanish if you speak Spanish. I need some help, that's for sure. This is going to be maybe a slightly different kind of presentation than I would have hoped to have given. I guess I'm filling in for somebody who wasn't able to do the keynote presentation for you guys today. And I jumped at the chance to say yes when Leanna asked if I could step in and do something like this. This is one of those kind of conversations where we're talking about Latinos in construction, where we're talking about opportunities that the city of Portland has to offer, and any other regional government or government in general has to offer to people of color. I am astonished and staggering to see how little representation we've had up until this point, until LatinoBuilt formally organized and has jumped on the scene so aggressively. It's been fantastic. But up until then, about a year ago, we had very little representation at the highest levels. So my job specifically at Prosper Portland is to make sure that we have people of color and women working on our projects. And we've got policies that are built around that. We've had these policies built around our inclusion and participation for many years. And they, for whatever reason, I think we all know the reasons, but for many reasons, they weren't ever really enforced. They were there, and they weren't strictly enforced. And in the last few years, it's not because of me, but in the last few years, since I've been in this position, we've taken a different stance on how we go after general contractors and how we're moving away from any tone in our language that says that we have aspirational goals to include people of color on our construction projects. I've gotten rid of that tone. I've gotten rid of that language. We redid the policy. We've updated it. It's coming out to the public soon, where these are going to be just simply goals. these are our goals, and we're going to hold to them. And that's what I want to start off by saying, that that's my role at Prosper Portland, and I take that very seriously. I'm very proud of my work, but I obviously don't do it all by myself. We have a whole huge team at Prosper that helps us to get there. We are not perfect, and if anybody knows anything about Prosper Portland, you'll know that we're not perfect, and we've got a long way to go. And I hope with your help and with our partnership with LatinoBuilt that we'll be able to get the ball up the field a little bit further. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to share my screen. I've learned a few things from this whole COVID thing about how Zoom works. Did you guys know that you can press the space bar to temporarily unmute your microphone? Game changer. Yeah, game changer. Yeah. The other thing I learned is that if you hover on your screen, those 3 little blue dots in the upper right-hand corner, you can click on that and then rename and do all your settings and preferences. Yeah, game changer. One thing I didn't learn is how to do a screen share properly, so I'm going to try it right now. Desktop 1. Yes. Okay. Bear with me. Hold on. Okay, ready? I have 3 screens, so if you see me looking all over the place. Are you guys seeing anything but me? You're seeing my face? Damn it. Share screen. This might not work, so we might be screwed. Okay, share. Now are you seeing something else?
Yes.
There it is.
All right, here we go.
So we are at the top of the Trump Tower in downtown Vancouver. And you won't believe what we have here. Take a look at the beautiful city. See? And then we have the water and the mountains. Oh, what's that? A Mexican flag. And why is that? Because it's Mexicans that built this tower. From the drywall to the concrete finish, to the steel framing, to the cleaning and the scrap. This building is standing here today thanks to us, to our work and our labor. So there's a little present for Mr. Trump. So every time you judge us, you can think, who is building your towers? We are. Thank you. So,
all right.
We are at the top of the...
Okay, trying to stop that and unshare. That work? Am I back? All right. All right. So that video I wanted to show you because that video was posted in 2016, right after the elections, right after Trump had said the most heinous, egregious things about the Latino community and Latino people that have ever been uttered by any president in public ever before. And us without representation, us without the means to defend ourselves, we just, yet again, had to take it on the chin and buck up. And for lack of a better way to say that, I mean, that's really ultimately what our only recourse was just to suck it up and try to move on. And then in all astonishment, no one's really coming to our rescue. No one's really coming to help us. No one's really standing up for us, not in any great significant way. So there again is a reason why I think LatinoBuilt is so important and so critical in the services that they offer. It was said earlier, Leanna was mentioning some numbers about what specifically we're going through here in Portland and here in Oregon. I just got these numbers this morning from the Oregon Health Authority. Latinos make up 13% of Oregon's total population. And of those 13%, it's 37.2% that are infected with COVID. And it is the essential workers issue. And it is the fact that Latinos are working in positions where we don't have the luxury to file for unemployment. We don't have the luxury to stay home. We don't have these certain luxuries that to be able to work from home like I can. I consider myself very privileged in many, many ways. But there are so many of our gente who don't have that kind of privilege, who have to be the frontline essential workers in all sorts of jobs, not just construction, but construction is a large part of it. Food processing plants, indoor manufacturing, farm workers, you name it, it runs the gamut of all of these folks that are out there on a daily basis. And some of y'all who are in the construction industry, you'll know that, you'll see that on your job sites. You'll see that these are folks who just can't easily forego a paycheck. So they have to take the risk, and taking the risk has spiked the numbers. We don't have that fail-safe or that safety net that can help. There are some things that regional governments are doing currently that are set up and designed to help. They're slow coming, particularly for communities of color. There's been lots of talk about things, particularly in the Portland area, about what we're doing. And at Prosper Portland, we've been charged with the economic development and the business development side of supporting these businesses during this COVID times. Very initially, right after COVID started, we had about $2.5 million that we were able to quickly make assessments about certain businesses and their needs, and then put money out into the community to help. It was literally a drop in the bucket compared to the obvious need that was out there. Just this morning, we had a longer meeting about some CARES funding that's coming in. CARES is an acronym for Quien sabe qué, I don't even know. But it's about $15 million. And that's quite a lot more money than we had to deal with the first time around. And so now we're going to be able to go back to those applications, that the thousands of applications that we weren't able to service, give them another look, see if we can fund them. This morning I asked very specifically, can nonprofits and businesses in the construction industry, are they eligible for these CARES funding? Nonprofits, not yet, but that's an open discussion that they're still having. And I'm sure that there are people on this call that might know better about that specifically. But construction-related businesses, particularly minority-owned construction-related businesses, will be eligible to apply for some of these CARES dollars. And these are grant dollars, and these are money that will be available, we're hoping, in the next 6 weeks. It's a brand new thing. We haven't actually received those funds yet, but we've been given word that it is coming, and we have a program built out and ready to go. So you're going to start to hear a lot more about these CARES dollars. And so that's something that I really encourage you guys to take a look at Prosper Portland's website, follow our social media, because you'll see a lot of news coming out about how that's progressing and where people can go and who they can contact to get more information to apply for some of that funding. Then the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is the world outside of the construction industry. It's much worse off. It's much worse off than the Latino experience inside the construction industry. Folks in the farm working industry in particular, folks that are doing housekeeping, and some of the smaller residential landscaping companies. I'm sure some of you on the call today know much better than I do how desperate the need is out there, and how desperate the situation is out there. And anything that we can do from our positions of authority, from any of your positions of privilege, anything you can do to add assistance to anybody that you're working with, anybody that you subcontract to, it's greatly appreciated. And that's an effort that we have to maintain, and we have to keep up. And that's also part of the strength of being a member of LatinoBuilt. I keep going back to talking about how awesome LatinoBuilt is. And I hope I'm not coming off as like a salesman of the organization, but you're damn right I am. I am a salesman of this organization because it's been needed for a long time, and it's such a specific need that there's no wonder why the membership immediately spiked. I don't know how many members are you up to now, but it's astonishing. This pent-up need for a Latino-built organization, a Latino organization in the contractors world, it's been needed for such a long time. And the power that we have now in this organization to speak on behalf of some of these smaller Latino-owned businesses is unheard of. LatinoBuilt can speak on your behalf. They can advocate for you at the highest levels of government and regional government, and certainly at the state level. They can advocate for you at the GC level if you're having issues, if there's language barriers, if there's other contractual issues. There's a multitude of services that LatinoBuilt can offer. Now you guys have to, I hope I'm not overselling anything that you don't already have. But that's the power of this organization, and your responsibility as members, those of you that are currently members, your responsibility is to be an active member. Come to these meetings, share your experience, make sure that you tell people that an organization like this exists, and then use the services that are available through LatinoBuilt. If you're not a member yet, look at it. Look at the benefits. Go to their website and look at all the benefits of what you might be able to garner. This is an incredible organization, and the access to entry is so financially low, it is a no-brainer that you should be. And for the public partners that are out here and the public owners that are on the call today, we've got an obligation to make sure that we're listening to this group of folks, to see who is in membership, to see what businesses are out there and how we might be able to include them. There are so many good businesses out there that are just waiting for an opportunity. And us as public owners, we've got an obligation to make sure that we're looking far and wide and that we are being and acting truly in an inclusive sort of way. So I'm going to stop there because I have one more video. I'm going to try to do this a little bit easier than I did the last time because I'm learning. Okay. I want you guys to check this dude out. Okay. Have you seen this video before?
There's a missing one. We're down to about 30 seconds.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's exactly the kind of thing that should be celebrated. That's the kind of thing that I want to see a lot more videos from all of y'all, from all of your projects. I want you guys to do a heck of a lot more videos. Self-promotion and marketing and talking about yourself and is advocating for yourself. That's what we need a lot more of. You guys all have an amazing camera in your pocket. Every single day you have it and you have access to it. You can post stuff like this to your own social media. This just goes to show that there's something about work ethic that's a threat to some people. You know, it's crazy because this guy, you just saw how fast he did all that. You know, I took a nap. I made a grilled cheese and took a nap today. He built a whole entire patio and a deck. That's amazing to me. That's absolutely amazing. I was like, oh, just waking up, and he had, you know, there's something really, really amazing about that, and that's the kind of thing. It's not selfless, self-promoting. It's active marketing, and that's what needs to be done a heck of a lot more. And so I know that some of you are really, really good at doing the videos and posting your social media, and I want the rest of you guys to follow suit and to really start to take that kind of stuff into consideration. Some of the other stuff that I wanted to share with you today was the issue of how we show up. And this brand new term, how many of you guys have heard this brand new term, BIPOC? Raise your hand if you just how many of you have never heard the term BIPOC before? Never? Yeah, so BIPOC it's an acronym, and it stands for Black, Indigenous, and then People of Color. And so BIPOC is a newer term that's being used all over the city of Portland in all kinds of language to make sure that we're highlighting certain communities that have been quieted for a long time. Putting Black folks at the very front of that word is an important step to making sure that they're not quieted any longer. Indigenous folks, that's the I and the BIPOC, that's a very concerted effort to make sure that we're highlighting and that we're bringing the Indigenous community out of the shadows, that we've kept them there for far too long. And then the POC, that's the term we've probably heard a lot before. That's where Latinos live. And I know that there's heartburn about that. And I know that there's people upset about, where did we just go? We just kind of evaporated, and the Latino, Latinx, all of the other terms that were used to describe our community are just gone. They're just clumped into POC. I have all kinds of feelings about that. I have all kinds of feelings about, yet again, being put on this invisible nature, in this invisible sort of zone where we're lumped together. And there again, it's about representation. And we just took a small step back in representation so that other communities could take a huge step forward. And our Black brothers and sisters and our Indigenous brothers and sisters definitely deserve that. They definitely deserve to have some time to be focused on, to say the names, to say the words, and to say, in this particular case, say that Black Lives Matter, because it does. And that's the important part. But there again, that's the important part of LatinoBuilt. Though we might not have our name out there anymore being said, it's going to be BIPOC, the strength lies in this organization. The strength lies in your membership in this organization and your active participation in this organization. So that's a really important thing. And I would love to have a discussion with any one of you guys about your feelings about BIPOC and how it hits you. How does that word kind of feel to you? And any other things you want to talk about, how we're called. I mean, it's been changed 1,000 times. We were Hispanic, and then we weren't Hispanic. And then we were Latino, then we were Latinx, and then now we're included in BIPOC. And there's many things there to unpack. And I would love to have a chance to ask you guys any questions, for you guys to ask questions about that. How am I doing on time? I got to be getting close to getting the hook, right? All right. Thank you guys for the stuff in the chat. I keep one of my loose eyes on the chat over there. I want to make sure that I leave time to answer any questions, and then if you guys want to start putting questions, if you have any questions, if you guys want to put them in the chat, that would be fantastic. And I'll just try to, with Leanna, maybe you can help me pick off any questions that you have. But I'll give you guys a chance to formulate your questions, because I have one last video that I want to show you. One last one. Look at how good I'm getting at sharing my screen.
Una entrevista aquí con el muchacho para él. ¿Qué es ese güey? Donald Trump. Va hijo de su chingada madre que dice que somos unos rateros. Mira cómo se llama. Hijo de la chingada, cómo andamos hablando. Cómo nos estamos partiendo la madre. Cómo sacar para tragar. Otra cosa. A la pinche semana gano $1,100. El gobierno me quita 350 para darle de tragar. Su bola de desempleados, drogadictos, güeyes. Acá los muchachos partiéndose la madre en el solazo. ¿Cómo estamos de caliente? Estamos a 107 grados Fahrenheit. Ya está un poco menos, estábamos a 115. Vean los pobres muchachos allá. Miren nomás cómo están. Aquí Nelson también en chingas. ¿Cuáles violadores y criminales? ¿Cuál es la droga que usas? La droga que uso es esta, la droga, hijo de tu chingada madre. Esta es la droga y con esto es lo que me empedo, cabrón.
All right. That had a couple of cuss words in it. That had a couple of cuss words in it, but those cuss words that he used in that video were no less offensive than the words coming out of our current president. And it sickens me to have to say that. But what he said in his message is absolutely real, and that is the unrepresented part of what we actually do. And this is the work that Latinos have been doing forever, for a very long time, working in worse conditions, longer hours, for less money, forever. And it usually means somebody else's profit. And that's, again, I want to close with how amazing it is to have an organization like LatinoBuilt in our region. And if you are an aspiring business owner, seek out some services to help you figure out exactly how you can get your business up off the ground. If you're a current business owner, seek out the services to figure out how to grow and take that next step. And if you guys are a business that you guys are on the ropes and you feel like you need some help and you don't know where to go, and you're going to close shop, talk to the folks at LatinoBuilt before you do that. Make sure that you use all of your options. And with that, I want to say thank you very much. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I'd be happy to answer them. If I have any time left, I'd be happy to answer them right now. If not, I will leave my contact information in the chat, and I would love to have a conversation with anybody at any time.
Thank you so much, John. Do we have any questions for John?
Gracias, John. ¿Tenemos preguntas para John?
You guys can just ask them, if you want to just ask them here. It's fine.
Hey, John, Dave here. Hey, are there jobs with Prosper Portland for those that are listening that are small business owners? I got a lot of people here posting that they do roofing, drywall. Are there projects that are like, you know, they may not be 5-year IDIQ contracts, but maybe they're called, you know, 90-day IDIQ contracts where small business can be handed a $5,000, $10,000 job, a maybe under $25,000 jobs. Is there a plan in motion by Prosper to set aside contracts that are under $25,000 to keep the cash flow continuing so that you know, our families, friends who own businesses can keep the lights up, keep sending their kids to ballet, you know, classes in the summer. We got to keep sending, you know, our kids, you got to pay for the internet for them to, you know, keep doing Prodigy at home. There's got to be a way for Prosper Portland to, you know, set aside dollars that are not these $1 million that we can't even understand. Jobs that are under 25 grand that are set aside for, you know, Oregon-based companies, and I literally mean Oregon-based companies, small businesses here in Portland Metro. Is there a plan? Is anyone talking about this 25,000 under any of these 90-day kind of contracts where they can be sole sourced to small business owners? And I'm wondering, because we've had this conversation with LatinoBuilt, and members, you know, they asked that at the last general meeting. They asked that anytime membership gets together, people in membership are asking that question. Where are those deals that are small enough where they're sole source or set aside? Because you give a small business owner a 819-page, you know, drawings, you know, I mean, Ozzy's going to be busy. We're going to be calling him every day, you know, but there's got to be a better and easier and faster way. Portland's a big market. Have you heard anything?
That's a very good question. And the way we do any of our opportunities is that we put them all out to bid. We're not picking our subcontractors. We're looking for general contractors, and the generals will then go and do their own bid packages to put those out. But we can, and we have really started to tear into our own procurement processes and looking at how we can offer things on a smaller basis and things that are a little bit more ongoing. We're not actually the builders, though. We're the gap financer of a lot of things. We do have some projects coming up that we own that we're going to have a lot more control in, but those are down the road. To be clear with you, it's things that are going to happen in the future. But any ideas that you have about how that might be structured, or if you've got any examples of working frameworks from other organizations or other jurisdictions that do that kind of thing on a regular basis, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear that. And literally, if it's working, I will copy it verbatim, letter by letter. I will copy what is working in another organization. And you know, if Mr. Spittler is still on the call, and Tiffany, you probably know as well what other organizations might offer things like that on a smaller, lower, under 25K sort of deal. The city of Portland is a little bit different than Prosper Portland and how we offer our opportunities. But I'd love to hear anything that they might have to share.
Sure thing, John. Thanks.
We have time for maybe one last question if there's anybody who has one, and then we'll be ready to move on.
Tenemos tiempo para una más pregunta, si alguien tiene una pregunta.
Thank you guys very much. I'll leave my contact information in the chat section. If you guys have any questions or if you have anything that, if I don't know it right away, I'll go and find whatever we need to find, whatever information we need to find at Prosper Portland and bring it to you. I am most certainly here to serve. I am most certainly here to help. And I really do appreciate you guys listening to me ramble and put my fingerprint on this conversation. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, John. I loved your presentation. It had humor, but also was very serious about our conversations that we've been having in our community. I really appreciate you taking the time here. And I have to give him even more props because today is a day he took off from work and he still came out to support us. So thank you so much. Moving on, we have two event sponsors today. We have Wish Camper Development Partners and Howard S. Wright. Wish Camper had a last minute cancellation on us, so we're gonna head straight into Howard S. Wright, and we have Ozzy Gonzalez here to present.
Is it go time? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Hola, buenas tardes. Ozzy Gonzalez, English, Spanish, Spanglish, como gusten. Es un placer estar aquí. I want to echo Liana's sentiments about your presentation, John. It had everything. I laughed, I cried, I was inspired, and you gave us a little bit of comedic relief. The movies were very nice. So let me see if I can keep up with that show. I didn't bring movies today, but I did want to I do have a little bit of words, and I have some bidding opportunities as examples for your members today. I am with my own company, P3 Consulting, and I help businesses, large and small, work through how to make the most out of the market conditions that we have today. And so I'm here today helping Howard S. Wright, who is unable to make it. They also happen to have their quarterly meeting today. So the general manager sends his regards to LatinoBuilt. Troy could not be here, and Ryan, the VP, are both in their quarterly meeting presenting to their staff about the projects that they're working on. Of course, as everybody in the construction industry knows, these times have just been full of having to adjust to new conditions. Safety continues to evolve, and COVID continues to present challenges and uncertainties to our market. But I have a few opportunities for how to do business with Howard S. Wright. I see a lot of familiar faces in the room that have already done some business with Howard S. Wright. Y qué bueno que están aquí. I may go in and out into Spanglish, so everyone here might miss a little bit, but I hope that we get through it and I can ask or answer any questions that you have. But we have Howard S. Wright is a company that is one of the area's general contractors. They do a large, close to $1 billion worth of business in the Northwest between Washington and Oregon. Here in Oregon, there's a number of projects they've been working on, and I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen for a little bit just to give you a sense for some of those projects and the kinds of opportunities that are active today. So let me just look away to my screen while I figure this out. And I'm just going to go ahead and share my desktop. And so you should be able to see, can you see my desktop now? I see a nod. Thank you, Liana. So yeah, Howard S. Wright. So I wanted to share a few things. They're a large general contractor. They've been in town for over 100 years. They built Big Pink, and they're currently working on the Portland building. That's a project that's right in downtown. It's just about finished up. This picture is what it looked like last fall. And let me stop. This thing is moving on its own. All right. The hold on a sec. Que bueno, it's on a timer and I don't know how to turn it off on the fly. So I'm just going to end show for a second so you could see them one by one. So the Portland building was completed, is getting completed now. It is something that has one of the highest inclusion goals in the city's history. They have disaggregated goals for this project that were set originally at 25%. The project has exceeded 32% now in its overall inclusion. And I'm really happy to report that there's several people from the LatinoBuilt membership that have participated on this project. And so thank you for everybody that's been working on that one. For the staff members that moved out of this building 2.5 years ago and are moving in now, they're like ecstatic. It's like night and day as far as the experience inside. So thank you to everyone working on that project. The next project I wanted to share is, let me try to grow this up a little bit. There we go. The next project I wanted to share is called Block 216. It's one of the larger commercial projects. It's in fact the largest commercial project in town currently. It's right in downtown. It's in the Southwest Park and Alder, for those that are familiar with downtown. You could see it's the large tower here. It has a Ritz-Carlton. It's got condominiums, retail space. The entire project is over $300 million. And the bidding for that one has bids of every scope. The bids for this one just finished up. There are a few outstanding scopes that have not closed out, but they are very large scopes. We're talking, $10 million, $100 million of drywall, for example, things like that. So there are still opportunities for work inside of this project through what we call the Tier 3 subcontracts. And we have trade partners and we have some bidders that you will have access to, or you could have access to if you're looking for smaller opportunities. It's a commercial contract, prevailing wage, and those are some of the things that you navigate as you work in commercial construction. Here's another project. This one's in downtown as well. It's a theater, much smaller project. It's an existing building with a second-story addition, and that's the glass box you see. Artist Repertory Theater is the theater company that inhabits the space. It's kind of an exciting project if you ever wanted to do something cool in downtown. It's a theater space, so it's got some unique kind of lighting, wiring, electrical kind of conditions. And it's a pretty open space, so it's got a lot of, once you're inside, it's got a lot of clear space to work. But it is in downtown. You could see the contact information for the project here. I didn't mention it for Block 216, but if you didn't get the snapshot, the screenshot of that, I've put my contact information into the comment section, and you're welcome to check it out. You could reach out to me, and I could contact the project managers. I could put you in touch with them. So I'm happy to help you navigate that. The final project I wanted to share is a project that is in Hillsborough, and I don't have a photograph of the building, but it's a box. It's one of our Type 3 construction CMU boxes, 1-story in Hillsborough, Oregon. This is a 16 to 1,700 square foot renovation of a semiconductor facility. It's got research lab, production, and some office space. So a little bit of everything. If you have not done any sort of advanced technology kind of project, this is a good one to get your feet wet into. And this one is currently bidding, and I'm happy to put you in touch with the project managers for that. So let me come back to the screen because I would like to close by telling everybody here that what John Cardenas mentioned about promoting and marketing your work is really, really key. Being able to tell your story is something very important to be able to do. I've learned a lot of lessons in the last year of my life. For those that were paying attention, just went through a political campaign where telling your story became critical. And I know how valuable it is to be able to put an eye, a lens, a camera, or a story behind all of the things that you're able to do. Because living out loud is what helps the world to recognize the work that you do. And so much about inclusion for the Latino community has to do with actually seeing the work that we're already capable of doing. And I really encourage you to capture that. And I'm happy to help in any way I can, whether it's connecting you to project opportunities with Howard S. Wright, connecting you to some of their project managers or some of their trade partners, or help you directly by supporting your bidding process or your growth strategy, your social media platforms. All of those things are things that I at least could help point you in the right direction. I'm also a proud LatinoBuilt member. My wife is also a small business. She's a LatinoBuilt member. We're happy to be part of the community, and we're thrilled to be doing our best to tell our stories and help all of you tell yours. So, muchísimas gracias. Es un placer, and aquí estoy para lo que se les ofrezca.
Thank you so much, Ozzy. I really appreciate you coming to talk, and you wear so many hats, and such a great resource as well. So I don't want to discount your personal consulting business, which I wanted to take a minute to also highlight, because for those members that do need consultant services, talk to me, reach out to me, because Ozzy might be a great referral to you. And then I'll talk about it a little bit later, but we also have some funds to possibly provide those services through Ozzy for you for free. So I wanted to put that out there. Any problems that you guys have, of course, reach out to us there. We are thrilled to announce that Wish Camper was able to join our meeting. So I would like to introduce our next event sponsor, Wish Camper Development Partners, Justin Metcalf.
Thank you so much. And again, my sincere apologies for being late. I thought I was right on time, and I blew it by a full hour. So my apologies. Ozzy, you're so well spoken. I'm always nervous to go after people like you. I just want to first say we're really appreciative and excited to be a part of this organization. And we've had a Portland, Oregon office for about 7 years now, and my business partner is a Portland native, and my old business partner and I started our company in his basement about 25 years ago and ended up doing work nationally. And a number of years ago, he retired, and I'm younger, and said, well, I want to do work in the communities and locations that are closer to my heart. And so did Fletcher, my business partner. And so all of our new construction work is concentrated in Oregon, and actually most of our acquisition rehabs as well. The only work we do is in affordable housing. It's the only work I've done in my entire career. And we're really passionate about it. We're passionate about it on the construction side and the development side, but we're equally passionate about it on the resident services side. And it's fun to, in my late 40s now, to move into a position where we have more control than we did in the past. And in my industry, the control seems to follow the dollar. And we're in a position now where we're doing our own projects, and we can set our own goals. And we can say that, by example, on Wish Camper projects, regardless of whether there's a requirement, we're going to, exceed 20% MWSB participation. And we're going to not just talk about what an equity plan is, or not just say we have an equity plan, but actually have the conversations with different people about what actually goes into it and what it really means. And particularly in our field of affordable housing, you know, there's a lot of buzzwords. It's a buzzword industry, but inequality is really the base of a lot of the issues that we try to grapple with for our residents, you know, and whether that's in wealth or in health or all the various other opportunities. That's really where we're trying to plant our flag, and it's where we want to make a dent over the next 10 years. And you know, I'm going to talk about our projects, and they're great, and we're excited about them. But I'm also really interested in making connections, and I'm interested in hearing honest feedback about how groups that are like ours, that, you know, if you go to our homepage, you know, we're predominantly white, you know, and we're doing diversity and inclusion training for a few years now, and we're making strides on that. But you know, we've always used whatever means are at our disposal to say, how can we actually have our communities represent who it is that's living there, and who's building them, and so on and so forth. So you'll find me a real open book, and I'm really honest about all these various things. And so I'm hoping that I get to work with you and hear from you, and so on and so forth. And my number's always open as well. And it's our goal through our projects to lift up all Oregon businesses, but especially ones that are, you know, minority-owned, women-owned, small companies, and we've got some exciting ideas to pursue in that aren't actually even on the table yet. So, so I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to share one of the projects that we're doing in Beaverton really quick. And if I could share my screen, which I can. Boom. Okay. So, and I guess really quick, I'll just touch on what our projects actually are. So the one that's rolling out right now, and I know many of you have been contacted about it, is Stillwater Crossings Apartments in Bend. It's 240 units, and we'll start construction late this fall. But the next ones coming are, you know, it's a steady trickle. We've got projects in Roseburg, Woodburn, and then some larger ones in Beaverton. And I wanted to talk about the Beaverton one today in particular. I'm excited about kind of the place-making attributes of it. We have an affordable housing project here that will be inclusive of a 80-unit senior tower. And then it has a commercial component as well that has I can't disclose, but a civic component that we're equally excited about. And then a second phase to the residential that will happen up here. And the type of construction we do is 3 to 4 story, elevator served central corridor, stick framed. There's nothing fancy about it. But it comes out, and by that I mean, you know, we're not getting into multi-tier masonry or anything like that. But we do a lot of thought and planning in the design. There's a lot of opportunities on all these projects to partner with larger developers if that's a need. We've been engaging with PBDG to assist us with some of our community outreach as well, and help us establish a mentorship program. So this is the picture I wanted to show. So it's masonry siding. This is our Beaverton project, and our community center is down here. You know, all hardy plank. There's a little bit of wood, and this is very prototypical of the type of work we do. And so if we're in a more rural area, we'll have more of a pitched roof configuration, but in general, this is the style of massing that we get into. Lana, how much time do I have? Do I have another minute or not? Okay, so I'm going to share one other screen. Okay, so Everybody see the subcontractor resources made available page? No. Okay. Sure. Okay, I can just I'll just talk to you about it. So within our contracting, we're integrated with a firm that is really tailor-made to reach out and talk directly with subs, and we're refining it as we go. But we don't select a GC and then kind of let them bring their stable of subs to our project. What we do instead is we go out and we actually solicit bids from everybody and anyone that is interested in the project. And our process is to help them understand what the plans are, what the bid challenges might be, and work directly with them if they're interested in the project. And then we will go to a GC and say, you know, we've been working on the project, you know, here's a couple hundred bids that we've assembled. You know, who is it that you've been working with? And it allows us to not send the project out to bid, but instead to select the GC based off, you know, shared understanding and mutual respect, and they're buying in on the program. We all collectively kind of work together to select the subs for the project. So that process works really well for kind of breaking through the time-honored tradition of GCs that have a stable of subs, and it's kind of hard to do work with them. On all our projects, they're open all the time for every discipline. And the BEN project, I think I'll close by just saying the BEN project is 100% of that project is still open for bidding. And we would welcome your, if you have any questions at all, you can contact me directly, and I can put you in contact with who knows a lot more about that than I do, and can give you all the relevant information. So thank you.
Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate you being here and explaining to our membership that you aren't the traditional developer that selects the GC and then they're in charge of all the subcontractors. That's really good to know. Even though you were not at our event last Friday, it was Fletcher, we would love to hear your guys' feedback about the event. We got excellent feedback.
Fletcher was very excited, you know, and he's passed off I got them this morning, detailed notes and a whole list of people for me to contact. And so I'm excited to dig in. Yeah, it was, he said it was also nice just to be out and about and not on Zoom.
Yes,
which I'm sure everybody can appreciate. But yeah, I can certainly reach out to him and ask him to send you some direct feedback that could be constructive.
Great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here today. And not only that, but also, of course, supporting our community. Next up on our agenda, we have two partners that will be presenting today about smaller project opportunities like David had mentioned, David Molina had mentioned earlier. You guys have been asking for smaller project opportunities to be accessible for anybody, and we've been listening. And so these presentations are meant for just that purpose, for these smaller opportunities out there just for you guys. And with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Tiffany Penson from the City of Portland.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany Penson, City of Portland. So Leanna had asked about smaller opportunities, and we don't have a lot of those, but there's a couple things that I want to mention that are important to businesses. And also, I want to let you guys know that what I am seeing is people within our bureaus asking about more professional services, smaller projects, like how to direct contract around consulting, around all of the equity inclusion messaging and all of those things. But I do want to share these few things with you that I think are important. I'll be really quick. Okay, I'm sharing this. Am I sharing my screen? Share.
Yeah, but.
Okay. Okay. So I want this to start. You know, I do this a lot and I never get it right. Okay, so here we are. So today is the last day for the small business programs for utility relief. And I just want to remind you guys, if you are a small business and you need utility relief on your water bill and stuff, today is the last day to put your application in. The good thing about this is it's not a first come, first served basis. So by the end of today, they're going to take all the applications and sift through them. So if you do need this, or you know businesses that need this, tell them to go to this link, and I will put all of this in the chat to make sure that they apply. Contracting opportunities. We have this job order contracting opportunity that's coming up, and tomorrow at 4 o'clock, there is going to be the overview and training that David Rulis from Gordian is going to present along with procurement services. And what they are looking for are businesses that specialize in roofing, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, and general contractors. They want to award the general contractors to 4 firms, roofing 2 firms, mechanical and electrical and plumbing 2 firms. This is a good opportunity to get your foot in the door. I think this has minimal barriers, and they want to focus on COVID certified firms, minority and women. So I am encouraging that you share with your networks and that you have people attend the Zoom meeting. It's gonna be good. And I love this Chief Procurement Officer Lester Spittler's brainchild, and I just think it's a good program because I think it's the entry points are not difficult, and that's what we need to strive, is to make sure that it's not so difficult to do business with us, especially if you're smaller or new. The contracting opportunities you can look up. I'm gonna put all of this in the chat, but those are the 2 things I wanted to touch base on. And then there is gonna be a slide in there telling you what's happening with coronaviruses and updates. All businesses should keep abreast of what's happening, especially as it relates to safety and reopening. I wanted to remind the organizations out there, LatinoBuilt, that if you are requesting sponsorships or any type of support in that nature, memberships and things like that, that you do that through the We Are Better Together. It's now more than ever more important to centralize this work. And then if businesses are out there and they want to have youth interns provide opportunities, and they can be virtual interns and they can also be in-person interns, but you have to make sure that you're following the COVID rules, please contact me. And that is about it. I want to keep it short. So again, as I hear of bureaus reaching out about direct contracting, I will let you know, Leanna, so you can share that. But I do see a lot of that coming on, especially we're in the professional services piece. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Tiffany and the City of Portland, as well as Lester, have been great supporters of LatinoBuilt, and we're really thankful to have a partnership with them. I've also had multiple meetings about the job order contracting, the JOC, I guess they like to call it, program, and from my understanding, it is these smaller opportunities that are building up. So that is a great opportunity for those of you who are interested in those smaller projects, for that there's a lot that goes into it. So I do highly suggest that you attend the meeting tomorrow to learn more from them. So thank you so much, Tiffany.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Too. And we're moving on to Energy Trust of Oregon. We're welcoming Angel Swanson and Jose Soto.
Jose, you're first.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry, I got something printing on the back, but I'm gonna start in Spanish. Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es José y trabajo con Energy Trust of Oregon. El día de hoy quería hablar un poco sobre lo que es mi trabajo, que es básicamente ayudar a los contratistas a conectarse con recursos que Energy Trust de Oregon ofrece. Una de las cosas que me gustaría mencionar es, por ejemplo, los incentivos que tenemos en efectivo para los contratistas, que les pueden ayudar, como por ejemplo para hacer propaganda, cuando utilizan los fondos de Energy Trust y aplican para ese tipo de incentivo. Otra cosa que quería mencionar en estos momentos es que tenemos incentivos de una propaganda de incentivos específicamente de insolación. Antes era $1 solamente, ahora están $2, entonces sería muy bueno para los contratistas que se dedican en la construcción. Si tienen más preguntas, se pueden comunicar conmigo o con Angels y les podemos ofrecer más detalles sobre esto. También quería mencionar que tenemos un evento con LatinoBuilt el 11 de agosto a las 4 de la tarde y me gustaría que todos participaran y me gustaría verlos ahí también. Voy a poner mi número de teléfono en el chat box y mi correo electrónico si alguien quiere comunicarse conmigo o tiene más preguntas sobre lo que Energy Trust of Oregon ofrece para los contratistas en general. Y Angel.
He can do this all in English too. We just thought we'd split it up this way because my Spanish is hard to listen to. Gracias por la oportunidad para estar aquí con ustedes. You know, creemos que es muy importante apoyar esta comunidad y este esfuerzo, esta organización. Es una organización que muy único, muy especial y ocupa un espacio muy importante en nuestra economía y en nuestra sociedad de apoyar a las personas que necesitan mismo apoyo y in return for all the great work and things that the community provides, right? Es todo que ofrece todos nosotros que somos parte de esta sociedad. So anyway, philosophy aside. So everything that Jose said in English essentially is we have incentives, we have bonuses right now, and what's important is these expire on the 1st of December. So solamente hasta 1 de diciembre, right? I think. So we're trying to extend them, but you know, just to make sure people know that this has got to happen now. But installation incentives are $2 a square foot for your roofing. So I heard a lot of folks talking about drywall and roofers. This is great. This is like the gateway opportunity for energy efficiency, is throwing some installation into a project and almost paying for the project. I mean, this is the low-hanging fruit. There's some spots in our incentive booklets where things really pop out and pencil out really well, and this is one of those. So if you're doing a project for anyone, for your general contractor, for anybody, you know, adding some line item, a higher value item, a higher price point to a contract, and then having your customer spend less in the end, but you got more. This is what this is designed to do. So then the incentives are increased in there. So just to, and then Jose was saying about generating leads and supporting contractors when they join our network. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing it? Okay, yes. Good. So Jose was talking about becoming a trade ally. Right now we're trying to translate this Estamos en el proceso de traducir todo esto en español, pero todavía no tenemos. Entonces, si quieres saber más sobre este proceso, entre en contacto con José o yo somos aquí para apoyar y explicar todo lo que tenemos. But if you want to go ahead and fill this out online without support or translation, you can go ahead and become a trade ally. You click on this and you go through the process. But we have it in paper too. We can print it out and hand deliver it. We are here to help. Estamos aquí para apoyar en cualquier manera que prefieres, right? And Jose likes to be in his car. He's a big fan of driving, so he's right. He's like, I'll show up anywhere.
That's right. I'll go anywhere.
He's everywhere.
Otra cosa que quiero mencionar es los beneficios, como Angel mencionó. Una vez que se registran como un Trade Ally de Energy Trust, va a tener acceso a fuentes de proyectos y obviamente se le va a dar más propaganda al nombre de su negocio también.
Sí, Business Development Funds, hasta 50% de los costos que gasta en marketing costs para hacer marketing, like anything, business cards, your websites, anything, we can give you money back. Yeah. So if you need new business cards and you want to hire someone to design it and then ship it, all those line items, you add in the same thing and then send it to us and we give you 50% of that back. So that's nice, right? Who wants that? Anybody? Show of hands. ¿Alguien quiere un poco de dinero para apoyar la marketing?
And question.
So, yeah.
That's for active trade allies. You have to be an active trade ally before you qualify.
Becoming a trade ally is 100% free. So it's just fill out the paperwork and we just got to make sure that you're allowed to be a contractor. So like CCV license and things like that. So yeah, thanks for that question. Any more questions?
I'll be adding my contact information on the chat box here in a minute.
Yeah. And then if you have questions about anything else Energy Trust offers, like solar or any of the new building stuff, we know everyone, so we can get you connected if you need it. Si tienes preguntas sobre cualquier cosa solar. And then what we're also we're developing is this great platform for learning. So an online learning platform where as a trade ally, you'll have access to courses and you can get continuing education credits through that as well. And we're working with LatinoBuilt to develop some of that content in both Spanish and English and deliver it like that. So.
Así es, estamos trabajando en un centro de aprendizaje en español, entonces muy pronto va a estar en operación.
I know I told you I was going to speak in Spanish, but then I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I just never have the chance. Okay, so I think that's everything, Jose. I think we got it all, right? We didn't have a PowerPoint, but...
Yeah, I think we have everything. If you want to share some of the links that show the incentives, I mean, that...
Yeah, but guys, this bonus is amazing. Seriously, anyone roofing, drywall, take it. This is available to you as a trade ally or not a trade ally. Like, this is everyone. We'd like you to be a trade ally because we want to be able to support you with everything else, but $2 a square foot, it pays for a roof. Who wants a roof? Anyone? Just get a roof and use this incentive, right? I mean, the new buildings incentives are slightly different. So for brand new construction, they're very high too. They're also having bonuses, and so are residential programs. This is a commercial, but there are incentives similar to this across all of the different programs. Who's going to take advantage? See it, show of hands.
So,
again,
Angel, I have a question.
Yeah.
So it looks like for some projects, in order for homeowners or building owners in general to take advantage of some of these incentives, they're having to renovate. And I'm thinking about just the residential attic, or they're removing old insulation and might be like an asbestos insulated material or anything like that. Is there any resources there for homeowners to help with any of the funding for that kind of stuff?
For abatement?
Yeah.
That is an amazing question. I want to find out for you. I know that the residential has been doing amazing things right now with free home retrofits for low to moderate income households, and they're partnering with organizations like Community Energy Project and Verde and some others I can't remember to do free to no cost upgrades for residential customers. Okay. So I will find out more and I will share it with you, and you can share with the group if you'd like, but I don't want to speak to it without specificity at this point.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we say that in Spanish too? Just for fun? Anybody?
Bueno, la pregunta era que están ofreciendo muchos incentivos, Energy Trust, para las personas que están haciendo cambios en su, ya sea que estén haciendo cambios en la insulación de su casa, roof o lo que sea. Y muchas de las veces en casas o proyectos residenciales que son ya mayores, casas construidas en los 30s, 80s, muchas de las veces se encuentran con material que es peligroso como asbestos, y la pregunta es que si hay incentivos para los propietarios de las propiedades para ayudarles a cubrir ciertos costos relacionados con la renovación de lo nuevo que están poniendo. Entonces, no tiene la respuesta ahorita, pero nos va a dejar saber y ya nosotros nos comunicamos con ustedes por si aquellos miembros que estén haciendo proyectos residenciales y muchas veces se encuentran con ese tipo de material. Entonces, es un recurso más, un beneficio más para sus proyectos para que le puedan pasar a sus clientes, ¿no?
Said it better than I could have said it. It's amazing. And also, just always fun for anyone who has PGE or Pacific Power. So anyone on this call and anyone you know, box of free light bulbs. Anybody want that? So energy saver kits. This is if you log in to this site and put your information, we will mail you a box of free light bulbs, a shower head, and actually a little handle shower head that comes off, and you can use it to wash your kid's head when it's, it's good stuff, right? And all of that's free if you're a customer of PGE or Pacific Power. Has anyone here heard of this? Show of hands. Anyone? Show of hands. Anyone heard of this? Who hasn't heard of it? Isn't it amazing? So many people haven't heard of it. This is like free stuff. I love it. So I'm going to put this link in the link too. So folks, energy saver kits, go get them. It's great. So
Thank
I don't know
you
what that is
so
in Spanish.
much.
What's energy saver kits? Ahorro de energía kit? Un caja de cosa? I don't know. Anyway, thanks, Leanna. Thanks everybody for the opportunity to talk with you today.
Yes.
Gracias.
Yes. Thank you, Jose, and thank you, Angel. I'm sorry, I'm muted. I'm not sure what I said that you guys heard, so I'm going to start again. Thank you to Jose and Angel for your presentation. And Dulce, I'm going to change it up a little bit because we're on Energy Trust, so I'm going to hop to that point. First, I'm going to thank our event sponsors, Wish Camper Development Partners, and Howard S. Wright.
Gracias a los patrocinadores de los eventos del Energy Saver y Community Opportunities. Sorry, did I jump on? Sorry.
And to our project presenters, the City of Portland and Energy Trust of Oregon. We have many exciting projects and grants that we have been working on, and I wanted to give you guys a short little update of the two. Number one, because Energy Trust of Oregon had just gone and presented, we're excited that we have partnered with them. With Energy Trust of Oregon, and we're assisting them and our community in recovering more energy savings for your business. And so please reach out to us if you need any assistance to be connected to Jose or even Angel for how the program that is 100% free can really help your business. We have members that have recently become trade allies, and they have excellent things to say about it.
Tenemos muchos proyectos divertidos y ayuda en los que estamos trabajando. Uno de los que estamos trabajando también es con Energy Trust, y también estamos ahora socios con ellos en Oregon para asistir a la comunidad en recuperar beneficios de energía y ayudarlos a ustedes a poder tener más beneficios.
And then we are honored to be the recipient or a recipient of the Community Opportunities and Enhancement Program, COEP grant. And we're conducting business navigation and one-on-one business consulting services for our community open. So please, as we are getting more information on it, we will of course provide you with that information. And I encourage you guys that anybody who has questions or needs help anybody who needs help, please reach out to us. You have me, who is English, and then we are now have Dulce, that will be able to service you guys in Spanish. So I'm really excited about that going forward. Keep your eye out for our next event that is coming up. It will be with Energy Trust of Oregon. It's about their Trade Ally program. It will be going more into detail about the program and resources there for you guys. So we have it set for August 11th, but keep your eye out on your email and we'll send you more information there.
Tenemos el honor de ser recipientes con la comunidad también de oportunidades con Enhancement Program Grant y también estamos conduciendo para conducir negocio de innovación de negocio 1 a 1 para darles más ayuda, y si tienen preguntas o quieren ayuda en cualquier cosa, por favor llámenla a Leanne o ella les puede ayudar en inglés. Y perdón que ahorita estoy un poco nerviosa, es mi primer día pero les puedo ayudar en español cuando necesiten cualquier pregunta o cosas que necesiten.
And last, connect with us. Connect with us on our social channels. Please, you can reach us at info@latinobuilt.org, at our website, latinobuilt.org, our Facebook, our LinkedIn, our Instagram. Sign up for our newsletter if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have great resources, including this video and many other safety and you name it. All of our virtual events are all posted on there. And I'm going to move my screen. And our phone number. And we have now designated not only an English phone line or our altogether general phone line, as well as a Spanish phone line for you guys to call.
Y por último, por favor, conéctese con nosotros. Tenemos correo electrónico, tenemos nuestra página, el Facebook, tenemos nuestro LinkedIn, Instagram. También vamos a tener una línea no solamente en inglés, pero también una en español, por si tienen preguntas y se sienten más cómodos preguntar nomás en español.
And then our next membership meeting, because they're quarterly, will be happening in October 21st. We're still not sure if we'll be able to be meeting live yet. So either way, we will bring it to you virtually or live if it is possible.
Y nuestra segunda junta va a ser octubre 21. No estamos seguros todavía si va a poder ser en persona, pero nosotros le avisaremos si va a ser otra vez por Zoom o si nos podemos reunir en persona.
I understand if anybody needs to go, we are definitely 11 past 5 and our meeting was to end at 5, but if anybody wants to stay on the line to have any further discussions or have questions, I'm happy to keep it open a little bit longer.
Gracias a todos. Yo sabemos que ya es pasando de las 5 y tienen que ir, entendemos, pero si hay preguntas que tienen o algo que todavía quieren, alguna pregunta, nos podemos quedar después para eso.
I just want to personally say, Dulce, bienvenida. I'm thrilled that you're helping us and LatinoBuilt is growing, and thank all of you guys for your support. We're very thrilled and just cannot imagine what a LatinoBuilt is going to do in the next, the remainder of the year and next year. So thank you all for the support. Y bienvenida, Dulce. For the first day, you're doing amazing. So gracias y very nice to see you all.
Gracias.
Very nice job. Great to see everybody. Thank you for having me, and hasta la próxima.
Adios.
Thank you, everybody.
Gracias, everybody. Have a good week and the weekend for me, and I'm hoping the same for you. Bye.
Hasta luego. Bye. Hasta la próxima. Bye.
Hey, can I get a shot of everyone waving?
Oh, people have.
I know. Thank
Smile.
you. Gracias.
Gracias.
Adiós, gente. Adiós.
everyone.